The third level of the pyramid is marketing. When I'm done here, Bill Hillestad, who is the most brilliant marketing person that I've ever met, will be on stage to talk to you about a variety of different marketing techniques for about 1 hour. Much of what I know as a loan originator is spawned from his teachings. He's my former partner in my mortgage company and a genius, to say the very least. But if there's one thing that Bill taught me, is that the most important thing about marketing is identifying the bullseye. Knowing where the bullseye exists on the person that you're marketing to. If you understand where the bullseye exists on who you're marketing to, you stand a very good chance of having your arrow hit that bullseye. But it's these blanket marketing approaches that don't have focus that kill you. Now, an important footnote. If you look at the first two levels of the pyramid of a complete loan officer, essential knowledge and selling and presentation, as we work our way up, I want to point out to you that your ROI, your return on investment in your marketing campaigns, is destroyed if you have not mastered levels 1 and 2 of the pyramid. I'm going to use Sally as an example because she's right here in front of me. Let's say Sally decides that she wants to send out a consumer direct marketing piece to 5,000 people here in Las Vegas. She's working this market. I'm working this market too. Sally puts together a real nice postcard, uses one of the great consumer direct marketing postcards that you have access to in the My Loan Toolbox Platinum Library. She sends out the postcard, 5,000 homes that cost her $1 a piece. $5,000 marketing effort hits 5,000 houses. She gets a 0.5% rate of return on her marketing. Not too bad for consumer direct marketing. 25 people call her, and she gets 25 at-bats. Sally's got it all going on. She's got it dialed in. I mean, she knows how to structure a tough loan. She's got that piece down. She knows how to explain the financial market. She gets the fiscal literacy thing. She understands credit scoring. She helps get a couple of those people's credit scores raised, gets them up into an Alt-A loan instead of subprime, makes a big difference there. And she closes 10 out of 25, 40%. She's batting 400. She's doing great. She makes $1,500 a loan. She's saying, shit, I want to do this all over again. $1,500 times 10, I spent $5,000, I made $15,000. This is great. Where do I sign up again? Now here's me on the other hand. I've been in the business for, 6 weeks. I don't have any of this lower level stuff. I skipped right over it. I skipped right up to marketing. That's what I did the first day. That's what a lot of you did the first day you got in the mortgage business, is you went right to the third level of the pyramid, right? Because you had to get loans in your pipeline. You needed to talk to somebody who needed to borrow money. And the only way to do that is to get marketing going. So I get the same response. Same 25 people called me. It's Sally. I'm competing against her on every one of them. I get 3 people to go with me. I make $4,500. I've spent $5,000. And I say, this marketing program sucks. Is it the marketing program that sucks, or do I suck? Because I think it might be me. When I said earlier that shit rolls uphill in the pyramid of a complete loan officer, that's what I'm talking about. Those first 2 levels directly impact the success of your marketing endeavors, not only to the consumer direct, but to your referral partners. Realtors, accountants, financial planners, etc. Because if you don't have knowledge and you don't have great selling and presentation skills, more people are going to say no to you. And that festers itself. Don't underestimate the importance of the confidence that you have in you. The more no's you get, the more defeated you feel, the less passionate you are about selling your product. Now, consumer direct marketing is about finding the opportunities. The problem with consumer direct marketing efforts, and believe me, I'm willing to guess that I got as much experience as anybody in this room in consumer direct marketing, because that's all Bill and I did for about 6 years. We did direct mail. We had 22 telemarketers in our office teeing up leads. We'd go upstairs at 5 o'clock at night and take direct calls from telemarketers till 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, 5 days a week. I accelerated myself through the learning curve very rapidly by talking to a lot of people who needed to borrow money. And I will tell you that the key to effective consumer direct marketing, please do not make this critical mistake of assuming that consumer direct marketing is only for when there are refis. It's not. First of all, there are always refis. Always. There has never been a time in this business for me that there have not been refi opportunities. It's about knowing where they are. It's about knowing where those opportunities lie. It's about knowing where the bullseyes are of the consumer, and then marketing to their bullseye. You see, the key is to identify the pain. In the heart of the bullseye is the pain of the person. You identify the pain, you make them aware of their pain in your marketing, and then intensify it. And then you become the solver of their pain. You are the aspirin that cures the headache. Where's their pain right now? I think there's pain with anybody that took out one of these LIBORs, these goofy one-month LIBORs in the last 6 to 18 months. Every single month, they've seen their mortgage payment go up. Half of them don't even know they're going negative. You could be there to point that out to them. Their loan officer didn't tell them that they'd go negative. They didn't, that's hogwash, okay? They don't tell the customer that at point of sale 9 times out of 10. That's where the pain exists. So if you know that people that took out adjustable rate mortgage between 6 and 18 months ago are feeling pain right now, what would be an ideal marketing campaign? Well, go to your title company. Go to your local title company and ask them to pull a list of anybody with a trust deed in your county from Washington Mutual, Aurora Savings. You know the list. You know the list. The list of all the lenders that did those one-month LIBORs for the last 6 to 24 months. Have them pull those lists, put together a very attractive consumer direct marketing postcard or flyer that asks them if they're tired of their adjustable rate mortgage skyrocketing and maybe has a rocket ship blasting off on it. Intensify that pain. You can have access to go check out Lithgo's booth when we open up the expo. They do some really great work in terms of the quality of the marketing materials. And then make sure that you've got your script down. That's where selling and presentation comes in. If you know you're marketing to people that have adjustables, you want to sell them stable products. So make sure that you're quantifying that and understanding that. What's another example? Here's a great one for you. We used to do this all the time. Another area where there are opportunities with consumers, and will always be opportunities with consumers, is first-time home buyers. There will never be a dead first-time home buyer market. In fact, I will tell you that the first-time home buyer market is on the verge of going up a couple of notches as soon as we get some retraction in home values. Some of the marketplaces in this country are starting to see a retraction in home values. First-time home buyers, and there are plenty of them out there, really feel like they missed the boat. I didn't get in, it's like, not getting in the stock market in time. Property values keep escalating. That's pain. Man, I should have bought 2 years ago, shit. Best time of the year to do it, by the way, is in April. March, April, they just met with their CPA. CPA told them, man, you are leaving so much money on the table, it's crazy, because you don't have a tax write-off. That's when you want to market directly to first-time home buyers. Now, you can do door knockers. We did that before many times. Hanging things on apartment doors. It works. It's a numbers game. Or you can understand where the opportunities lie. Put together a very attractive consumer direct marketing postcard or flyer that talks about the after-tax benefits of buying a home. Talk about the fact that you have access to an interview with the chief economist from the National Association of Realtors, David LeRae. Loan Toolbox members, you got that in the marketing library. Advertise in that flyer. If you'd like to listen to a 1-hour interview from the head economist from National Association of Realtors of what to look out for when investing in real estate, please contact me. I'd be happy to send it to you. A call to action. Beth Cheatwood's going to talk about that today on our panel. She's brilliant at it. And then go to your title company and say, give me everybody whose primary residence differs from their mailing address. I'm going to repeat that. Let that one marinate for a minute. Whose primary residence differs from their mailing address. Why would that be important? Well, in a situation where you own a property but don't live there, when you're a landlord, you typically have the bill sent somewhere other than the primary residence. That residence that you just purchased is not where you want the bill to go because there is a tenant in that property. Now you've narrowed the scope. Now you know what houses in that county have a high probability of having tenants in them. And now you market right to their pain. Did you feel like you missed the purchase boom? Well, you haven't. Contact me for this free 1-hour interview with the head economist from the National Association of Realtors, renowned expert David LeRae, on what to look out for in buying real estate. MyLTV Platinum, most of you raised your hand, you know about it. Lithco is going to be our partner in helping you fulfill the print and distribution of the consumer direct marketing pieces, the business boosters, all of those marketing materials. It's an example of one of the renter postcards that's in there that you can be using. Okay, referral partners. How are they paid is the first question you need to ask yourself, because if you understand how referral partners are paid, it gives you tremendous insight as to how you want to market to them. At the end of the day, folks, it's just all about money. The only reason that you're here is because you want to make more money. That's why you're here. Well, guess what? They're no different. Realtors, accountants, financial planners, they all want to make money too. If you're a CPA, you're paid a little bit of money on an annualized basis, unless you're preparing tax returns for a corporation. But if you're a CPA preparing tax returns for an individual, you're making $150 to $300 a year every single year. And your job, the name of the game, is to make sure you don't piss anybody off. As long as you keep doing a good job for them, they're just going to keep coming back. And they're going to refer their friends and family members to you. So the most important thing to a CPA is your reliability. You're protecting an enhancement of their reputation. That's what you want to market to when going after a CPA. The reason that Douglas Andrews strategies are so popular with financial planners is because equity management, the utilization of equity in your property, pulling it out to invest in instruments that will exceed the cost of that debt. The reason it's so popular with financial planners is because financial planners are paid to invest people's money. Why wouldn't they love that program? Sure, I'd love to partner up with a loan officer, and you're going to get to meet one of them tomorrow, Randy Lupke, who's been doing it with great success using Doug's strategies. He and Doug are going to be presenting together. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why that works. You're helping the financial planner make more money. And if you can help your referral partners make more money, game over. You've won. That's the key. Realtors, what's their hot button? A lot of money paid up front. No real incentive to stay in touch with the customer. I mean, at the end of the day, somebody buys a house every 5 to 7 years statistically. I know the last 3 to 5 years have been the anomaly. We've had people turn in houses a little bit more frequently, but in the case of a real estate agent gets a lot of money up front, 2, 2.5, 3, maybe even as much as 6% if they got both sides of a transaction. So what do they want from you? They want you to be the guy or gal that turns dead deals into paychecks. That's what they want. They want that client who was on the fence. You want to strike pain into the heart of a real estate agent right now? I spoke in front of 45 or so realtors about 4 months ago now, I guess it's been, in my hometown neck of the woods where Bill Dallas and I are at. Just right over in Westlake Village. I had a luncheon meeting, and I said, I'm going to play around with some things. I want to see where their pain exists. And I said to him, let me ask you guys a question. Are you losing business right now to people who have decided to not buy because they think we're at the peak of the housing bubble? And I thought they were going to break their necks. They were nodding their head so fast up and down. That's their pain. If that's their pain, solve it for them. They're losing business. They're showing property 3, 4, 5 times to people, and the people decide, I want to back out. In Tom Ward's book, The Empathy Effect, he talks about that. That's why on the cover of his book, he's got a pair of shoes, a pair of nice dress shoes. Put yourself into the shoes of your referral partners. Where are they right now? Where are they losing money? Help them make more money. If you can do that, you will win the game. We do that with Car College. Car College, the term was created initially by Bill Hillestad, who will be speaking later on. He'll give you some statistics, I think, later on, that the average consumer or average U.S. citizen spends enough time in their car on an annualized basis, I think, to get 1 semester of 5 classes of college if they just listen to educational material in their car. So we've got this wide variety of interviews contained within Loan Toolbox's marketing library. Interviews with time management experts like David Allen, interviews with some of the nation's best real estate coaches, some of the nation's top producing real estate agents. We've got interviews with insurance agents like Douglas Andrew and Todd Gindy. Burn those interviews onto CDs and give them to them, like Jim Sanger did. Jim Sanger was the inventor of the implementation of the distribution of these interviews. He took that Terry Morler interview way back when, 3.5 years ago, burned it onto CDs, targeted the top 30 real estate agents in his marketplace, and delivered it with 2 bottles of water to their offices. Now, Jim and I, we had a group of LTB power users, a think tank at our office, Jim and Sally and AJ and Rocky and a bunch of other people. And this was about 3 or 4 weeks ago when we were talking about, are you ready? That whole thing about the elevator pitch. I mean, like Kyle or like the Afterburners book talks about, if you get into an elevator, you run into somebody do you have that pitch down?